of all. It couldn't be your fault. When this life of mine will fall, it will always be my fault. Trying to throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me? I thought, what age are we? It's warm outside, and we all want shine. Bet you nobody in the city could stay in the crib this time. Whoa, got pics on the way like a vacay. Shoot photo with an AK. Got friends by my side, trying to have a great day. Then I wonder why they throw shades. Yeah, but it's all on me. Let them roam free like a European. Yeah, see me pick up the phone like I'm trying to haul a home, starting to act like E.T. Yeah, rock them shades, now they can't see me. Trying to run away, but I'm not speedy. Need no fake, I just want what's real, and I ride that way till I'm free. Yeah, throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. No rage.
Where are you?
Good evening. Where am I?
Are you in your garden?
I'm at the pub.
Which pub?
I don't know. What does it say? What does it say? I can't see it.
I can't see it.
The Callow Inn.
Where's that?
Callow Top Holiday Park.
Have you got an holiday?
I'm on holiday. Yeah.
What about me?
What about you? You go on holiday every day. You go to the holiday park every day.
Why wasn't I invited?
I don't like you that much.
Oh, okay. So when are you then, mate?
Okay, so I'm up in Ashbourne in Derbyshire.
Yeah.
Just gone for a long weekend away. It's very sunny, which is nice.
When did you
Went
go?
on Friday. Friday, yeah. Come back tomorrow.
Right. And how's it been?
Yeah, it's been nice. It's nice to get away for a few days. A bit of peace and quiet.
You probably needed the break though, didn't you?
I was ready for the break, yeah. I was ready for the break. Friday was very stressful. Saturday I had no signal, which was absolutely spot on.
Good. What have you been doing?
What we've been doing. Went for a nice big walk yesterday. Where did we go yesterday? What's it called? Stepping Stones, Dovedale. If anybody's been there. Have we been there? No.
I might have done one.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Possibly. Stepping Stones, and then there's a big hill, and I forgot what the hill's called. I forgot again. You asked me that last night. Thorpe Cloud, that's the one.
I think you best bring your assistant on. She's doing a better job.
This is. I know. Somebody is. I've just got two dogs that have fighting on the grass, and I've got mine just that's come straight between my legs.
The big question then, what have you gone in?
I have gone in a Rapido 992. It's one that we took in about 3 weeks ago, and I thought that's just what I need. Nice layout, nice garage, drop down bed at the front for when we have guests.
You've gone posh there, then, haven't you?
I have. I do like it. But I normally go for something quite large. I go for something quite long with lots of space.
Yeah.
But because of all the campsites being booked up, I wanted to stay under that 7.5 meters, just so I wasn't restricted on campsites.
You got a picture of it?
I have, yes.
Oh, it's on a Merc. It's on a Merc.
It is on a Merc. I tell you, it's a lovely drive. It's 3-litre auto, V6. It flies. It really does.
Your little seat looks comfy there, doesn't it? In between the two seats.
That's my bed when I've had too much to drink.
What do you do? Just curl up in it?
Yeah.
And I see you've got your barbecue, haven't you?
I've got my new barbecue, yeah.
Yeah. What did you cook on it?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. I think tonight we're just going to roll with it.
Yes.
Since you're on holiday, we'll have a chilled out night and we'll just roll with it. We've lost Lee tonight because he's stuck on his way back from down south, wasn't he? Because he was away last week, wasn't he? And he was coming back today, mate. So I said, don't stress yourself out trying to get back and anything. Have a night off, basically. So
Do you reckon he'll be listening?
I don't know.
I just wondering how much we can slag him off.
Do it anyway. I could have charged you a large amount of money on Friday night, couldn't I?
Yes.
I think what happened.
I think Seven Trent could have done as well.
Do you want to explain what happened?
Not really, no.
Basically, folks, he rang up and he says the waters keep coming out the bottom of my van. I don't know why. I said, have you turned the drain off on the water heater? He says, I keep turning the blue knob. I went, right, there's also a button you need to press as well.
Yeah.
So
there wasn't just a blue knob, there was another knob as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, a blue button, I've just said. Another blue knob. We've got open mic in a couple of weeks, haven't we? I'm looking forward to that.
We have, yeah. Yeah. Have you got on this time?
I don't know. Always the last Sunday of the month. If you want to come on open mic, it's quite simple. Just follow me on Twitter. At Caravans and Campers at SY45RP and send me a DM. You can also get me on Instagram at the Motorhome Man. Also, as well, if you subscribe to my channel, the Motorhome Man YouTube channel, and also Shane.
Yep, and subscribe to me at We Buy Any Motor Caravan.
Simple
and also, don't forget the email, themotorhomeshow@gmail.com.
Can we do a few shout outs, mate? Because we've got quite a few coming in.
We certainly can.
Lisa and Phil, good evening, Jason and Shane. Shane, hope you're having a good break away.
It's been lovely, Phil. Thank you. Phil and Lisa, it's been lovely.
Is that pub open behind you?
No. So this is a big old site, Callow Top.
Philbo, evening, fellas.
It's a big old site.
Yeah.
It's a really nice site, but nothing's open.
Right.
And I mean, nothing is open at all.
Is there many on there?
The slots that are open are, but they've probably only got one field really open or one section open, but there's no toilets or showers or pub or anything.
Is there many on?
There has been quite a few, yeah. I'd probably say the spaces that are available have been booked up.
And everybody being respectful?
Very, actually, yeah. You know what? It's one of the quietest campsites I've ever been to.
I think you needed that, though, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So, yeah.
Okay, mate, let's get some more out. Jim Page, hi, guys. That was a quick week. We talk about it all the time, Jim. These Sundays come around so quick, don't they, Shane?
They do. They really do. I just don't know where they come from. I think it's because we're so busy in the week as well. They just appear.
Yeah. Ivan Sackville, evening, gentlemen. Hope you had a good weekend. Cabin Fever, good evening. Looking forward to the show. Teresa Timms, hi all. Hope everyone is well. Teresa got all the Thetford things off Lee the other day, mate.
Yep, that was a good package. That was.
It was a cracking package. Jill Nichols, I love the intro. I know, Jill. I know. Other people just don't understand. They've got no taste, Jill. But I know you. I know. Rachel Moo, hi everyone. Philbo, that tune's banging. Banging, Philbo. I don't think you'd say that, Philbo. Mark Hill, evening one and all. How many of you have forgotten something weather in your caravan or motorhome? Hope you're all having a blast. Oh, weather, not weather. Weather.
Weather or weather?
Weather. It's weather, isn't it? It's weather, not weather.
That's what I said, weather.
Yeah, weather. That's it. Come on, next one. Greg, good music, but I thought that would be something Shane would be listening to. Nah, he's got no taste. No. Bob Earnshaw, evening. Bob, with your fancy new logo. Dirty Trucker, another Sunday with a great show to watch. Evening, gentlemen. I hope your week be good. Regular Dirty Trucker, thanks very much, matey. The Caravan Addies, hi all. I hope you've all had a great weekend. Phil and Tash Green, hi guys. That's a nice motorhome there, isn't it, Shane?
What was that?
Mr. Bailey?
Yeah, mate. Looks like an Eldest Evolution, I'd probably say. Or if not, it could be a Bailey, yeah. It could be one of the new Baileys.
Phil, Tash, tell us what it is. Available today. Hello, guys. Looks sunny. Oh, it is sunny.
It is sunny, yeah.
Hi, all. Oh, here we go. Lee and Laurie, Lee. Evening, all. I'm getting good at this now, aren't I? Warren Blackwell. Evening, Shane. Drinking on the job. Are you having a beer there, Shane?
No, I'm not. I'm on a Coke at the moment. I've already had a couple of beers, so I thought I shouldn't go any further.
Ultimate professional. Where is Doris?
She's just gone for walkies. She was behind me a second ago, but she went off again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Viced Blinkard. Hi guys, Stu here. Looking forward to another 2 hours of mirth and merriment. I don't think we're going to get 2 hours because we've got Shane on holiday, so we have got to respect that as well at the end of the day. Mark Hill, Shane and Jason have been watching loads of YouTube vlogs. After watching your vlogs on the Swift Motorhome, can you seriously compare that 150k top of the range motorhome to the German makes? He's on about the Contiki, mate, isn't he?
The Contiki Dynamic, yeah. What did we start from? 142 grand?
Yeah, he's probably going off the Contiki against the Carthago, I would have thought, mate.
Yeah, anything that's big in German, really. I mean, that Contiki, I'm sure it's a nice thing for what it does. I mean, they said what was it 9 they said they were building for the year, 10 for the year?
But isn't it aimed at the race market, though, mate?
Yeah, it was. I mean, they made 1 or 2 for their race, for the Swift race team. And then they thought there might be a bit of a market out there. And I think when we spoke to them at the show, they sold most of them, hadn't they?
Yeah.
I think they about filled the order books. But no,
it's not really aimed at the general public, though, was it? That Contiki.
No, I wasn't wowed by it.
No, it was the upholstery, wasn't it?
I can't actually remember what the upholstery was like.
Was it black?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Lovely van. I like rapidos. Bob Birchall likes a rapido. Likes your van, Shane.
Thanks, Bob.
Bob, if you want to partake your motorhome for a rapido, we're open all day. Trevor Dawkins, evening all.
The funny thing is, I actually think the older rapidos are a little bit better than the new ones for some reason.
What year, mate?
That one's 08. I just feel like it's a bit more German. I know it's French, but I feel like it's a bit more German quality back then. It just doesn't. When we went into the ones of the show, they didn't quite seem that. I don't know what you thought. Maybe not.
I find the Continental stuff's all a muchness, but good builds.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, good builds, mate. Greg, that's his Lilo. He's on about your little seat, your little dog seat.
Oh, my little dog seat. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you got that. I was away then.
Shame about Lee. Hey, we could answer technical questions. I taught you everything, did you?
Yeah, how to close a drain.
Exactly. Caravan Shorts, evening all. Russ Finn, evening to you both. Evening, Russ. Phil and Tass Green, weather looks good for you, Shane.
It's very nice. I was actually having a nice nap just before this show. It's a lovely, warm, sunny nap temperature.
Russ Finn, not at home this week in Hornsey, East Riding. Enjoy yourself, Russ. Paul Joyce, evening, gents. Not much drinking going on in that pub, Shane. You need to support local businesses after this lockdown. It's closed.
Paul, if it was open, I'd be drinking there. Don't you worry about
that. Oh, here we go. Lee. Lee, not here tonight. I guess no tech questions tonight. We can answer. No problem. Do you want to have a rant?
I could do, yes.
What do you want to rant about this week?
We'll start with this one: dogs in cars or dogs in motorhomes. Now, you're not a dog person, or you haven't got a dog, have you, Jason? I'm sure the kids would want a dog.
Drive.
Okay, so dogs in vehicles. I saw it's something else I saw on the forums. I really shouldn't read Facebook forums because it does make me go off on one. Anyway,
You should.
so
You really should.
I know. So I was watching one, and they were asking, what are the laws with dogs in cars or in motorhomes? How should they be? Are they allowed to walk around or what? Now, as we all know, everybody loves the dogs, don't they, and the pets. So why? And we treat them like a babies. And what would we do if we had a baby or a child in the car or motorhome? We'd strap them down. Yeah, we'd strap them in. So why do people think that it's all right for dogs and cats and everything like that to just wander around? What's going to happen if you only need to hit something like 20, 30 miles an hour, and what's going to happen to that cat or dog?
How do you put a dog in a seatbelt?
You can have harness. You can have safety harnesses that have got a strap through, and the belt will just go straight through. There are actually crash tested ones out there as well. Or if you haven't got the seat belt, then you can always, I tend to try and wedge your crate into a gap that I know that won't move.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's a good point, you know, because not so much if the dog's lying in the back of something, that dog's going to go flying forward and can hit you as well.
Yeah, it's either going to go flying forward, hit you, go straight through the window. The other one is if there's a dog in the front seat and you've got the airbags on, you've got a little explosion happening there. So again, what do we think is going to happen to that dog?
Yeah, that's a good point, mate. That is really, yeah, I can understand. So what were they saying on Facebook then?
They were just reading out the rules, and some people were saying, "No, I'll just let mine sit on the back seat and just walk around." And it's like, why would you do that?
Right. Try remember some problem.
What? And me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And
Did
me.
you watch? You want to watch it? Would you? Did you watch the Grand Prix qualifying yesterday?
No. What happened with that?
Mate, it was thrown it down with rain. I mean, thrown it down. And I think it was Lando Norris they interviewed afterwards. And
yeah,
they basically said to him, what's it actually like driving in that type of rain? And he said, well, just imagine yourself driving down the motorway 70 miles an hour, it's thrown it down with rain, and then switch your windscreen wipers off. Right?
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, mate, did a master. Yeah, hands off to anybody who's good at the job, mate. But he did a masterclass. He was 1.2 seconds quicker than everybody else.
He's a good driver in the wet, though, Lewis, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. And he actually said in his interview, it's through his go-karting days, basically. I think it was Blackwell or somewhere where he used to go go-karting. But it was 15 minutes to third qualifying round. It actually came down more in the last qualifying round, and they all stopped out for 15 minutes. There was no coming in, swap tyres or swap over. He just kept getting quicker and quicker and quicker. And you thought, that's a man at the top of his game. And the other thing as well, Shane, right? There's so much pressure the boy's under.
Yeah, there is. It's incredible. There's a lot of balls involved, isn't there? Is the best.
Oh, yeah. It was probably the best 15 minutes of Formula One I've seen for a long time, mate. And it was to do what he did as well. 1 second's an age in Formula One, Shane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lot to travel, and a lot can go wrong in that 1 second.
Yes, mate. A few more shouts out.
Yep.
Hi, Shane. Jason, can you recommend a great site? Heard the one you work at is brilliant. Jason, might have to pop for a holiday. You and Shane could do social distancing, show together in person. Yeah, it is a good site that I'm on. Talking about campsites, we've got a new feature coming up tonight, haven't we, Shane?
We have, yes. We have.
And we're going to be featuring campsites. Well, not us, but our regular guest is going to be featuring campsites every single week. Jones Jones.
Jones Jones.
Any more?
Yep.
Cabin fever. Come on, drink a beer and help the pubs out. They would do, but they're not open.
I know, it's not fair, is it?
Liam Connolly, evening both. Not sure I authorised your time off this weekend.
That's the
That's Liam,
mate.
isn't it?
The mate that all went with you. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Rob Lex Gamer, have you ever owned a motorhome?
Owned a lot, I guess, haven't you, Jason?
Yeah. Never kept one.
No, I think I'll keep hold of this one into the next year. I think it's a good solid van. It's got an island bed at the back as well, and even though I normally like the twin singles above, it's got a decent sized garage still. And I do like a garage. Put my barbecues in. I take 2 barbecues. I've got one small one which is gas, and I've got the bigger one which is a kettle one. That's my priority.
You love your barbecues, don't you?
I bloody love. I do.
Greg, Jason, you must be a good boss giving Lee the night off. I'm not his boss. Greg, my wife always wants to bring the dog in the motorhome, but I don't. Okay.
I think it's all right bringing the dogs with you. I think that's one of the reasons why I do go on the holidays with the dog, with Doris. I just prefer it. You get to go on some nice long walks.
Any more?
Yeah.
Cabin, we always strap our dog to the seatbelt. I'm battling this son. Bob Earnshaw, great ranch shade. You can use crates as well. Right, shall we move on, mate? Shall we bring on our first regular? It's Mark from the Caravan Place, talking trade.
Okie dokie.
Oh, evening, campers.
Evening.
How are you? You all right?
Good.
Hey, so I didn't know that you were into barbecue, Shane.
I've got 4 now.
4. Have you not got a pizza oven?
No, not yet. I hope Vic's not watching this. When I move house, I think I will. I'll get a proper built one.
Well, yeah, that's it. I'm going on completely off topic now. Sorry. I should. This wasn't what I was going to be talking about at all. But I found during lockdown a mobile pizza oven, and I always thought I want a proper pizza oven. I want a proper concrete one, a real. But only do a mobile one, which I don't know whether you can see that there.
I can see your mobile, yeah.
And they do proper quality, proper pizza quality. And I've took that camping with us, and it's just off gas. Superb. So completely off topic, but I thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah, so I'm a big Weber supporter, and I've got my Weber pizza stone, and that just sits in the middle of both my big gas barbecue that I've got at home and the kettle one that I've got as well.
Right.
The sort of thing.
Do you make your own pizza bases? He's gone. Oh.
Right, we've lost him.
He's gone. Well, that killed that there.
Didn't it? What do you want to talk about, mate?
So, yeah, what I'm really on here talking about today is Partexing.
So basically, Mark, you've got to come on every week, basically talking about different aspects of the trade. Just going over the trade and everything else. So, fire away then.
I've got no connection. Get out of the way.
It's still going on. So, at the minute, we're not getting Partexes, are we? Or very, very few. It seems probably for the motorhomes, we're probably 25 grand and under. Everything's just flying. It's all new first timers. Same caravans, probably under 15 grand. It's all first timers, and we're just not getting part exchanges. And I don't think people have realised that if they've already got a caravan.
Just let me stop you there, mate. Why'd you put that down to?
It's just not being able to go abroad, is it? People have just not, and I actually thought that it was going to change. I thought now that we can sort of go on holiday, come back and not have to go into quarantine, I thought we were going to slow down and that was going to sort of really, and it's not, it's got busier.
Yeah.
I think
the majority of my business, mate, is new people who generally go away and now they've go abroad, and now they're going, we're not going to go abroad this year or possibly next year. The only thing we can buy is a caravan or a motorhome.
Yeah. We've had a lot of people, and it's probably different for the motorhome side, but we've had a lot of people where they've booked a big holiday, they've been refunded 7, 8, 9, 10 grand, and they've gone, well, we're going to go away with this money. Let's go and buy a caravan. So we've had so many people like that where they've just had a refund and they've gone, well, why not just stop here? But what we're not getting, and I find strange really, because we should still have the people that had already got caravans or motorhomes and they want to upgrade, but we don't seem to be seeing those come through into the market at the minute.
They're holding on to them, mate, aren't they? And I think I think they're missing a massive trick here, mate.
Yeah.
People who've got a caravan and looking at swapping to another one. But what they're probably doing is they're thinking, oh, let's just leave it till next year.
Possibly, yeah. But now is the best time for new or nearly new. You can get some absolutely cracking deals. And I'd spoke to Heimer last week. Obviously, they've got quite a few different brands in the UK. And they were saying that actually we don't want to publicise any 2021 vehicles at the moment because dealers are still sat with a lot of 2020 stock that they need to. They've lost 3 months of selling basically. And the season's not long now until we've got 2021s being launched. So they've actually sort of gone, we're putting an embargo on. We do not want 2021 items published or advertised at the minute because there's a lot of new stuff out there that needs to move.
And that's the thing, Mark, is because normally when you're going down the new route, you've normally got a van to Part X. Yeah.
But look where the best deals are at the minute. It's new or nearly new, sort of. I know for us, anything sort of 20 grandish is sitting around a little bit longer than it normally is. So we're giving better deals on that. But we also want the Part X's, so we're giving phenomenal prices for the Part Exchange. And we're doing real good discounts on the newer stuff. And again, new dealers are exactly the same. They're crying out for Part Exchanges. Yeah. So it's a good time. It's a really, really good time for people to.
For Joe Public, mate, if they're looking at swapping the van, it's now's the time to do it. You're going to get top dollar for your van, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
And the reason, folks, you're going to get top dollar for your van is that dealer is basically selling you a motorhome or they're selling you a caravan and they're getting another unit back in. And that's where they're struggling at the moment to get units back in, to replace units.
Well, the thing is, the other option then for us is to go out and buy it. And to actually go out and buy it, we've got more cost than taking it in Part Exchange. So we can actually give a better price for it in Part Exchange because we've not got to send somebody out to look at it. We've not got to spend 2 or 3 hours on the road. We've not got to spend the fuel. We've not got service costs of the vehicle, etc., that we'd normally factor in when we're sending a vehicle out to go and value a car, a caravan or motorhome. So we're actually sort of going, bring it in, bring us the Part Exchanges. We want the Part Exchanges, and you're going to get as good a price as ever at the minute.
Do you know what I think? I think the year's been condensed down, to be honest. Yeah. Normally, your year starts off from round about January to about March as people who've not had a motorhome or a caravan and they want to get into it. Then normally your middle of the year then is people who've got a motorhome and they've got a caravan, they've had it a few years, they've been out a few times in that year and they want to upgrade. So that's where your Part X is. And then the end of the year is normally basically people who think it's the best time to buy a motorhome or a caravan.
Yeah. And that's not really true, is it, to be fair?
Don't blow the myth on the industry, mate. Shh.
Do you think this will go into the winter, Mark?
I think it would. I didn't think that it would do, to be fair, but it sounds like campsites are going to probably open longer. And I think people that have bought one this year, if they've had a good summer, they're going to go, well, why not go away for during the winter? What really? Why does the weather stop us? We've been used to not using all the facilities like we'd normally use on site. So why not? And
let's not forget that they've just done a tax break on the sites as well, on the leisure industry.
Yeah, but I don't.
Just to quickie there, Russ Finn, you don't like new though, Mark. I don't think you're actually. Go on.
Yeah, we don't do new, and that's probably a fair comment. I don't really like the new because I don't want a manufacturer or telling me what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm not going to sit there and say I've got to take X amount of caravans this year, and that's what you've got to sell. And whether you sell them or not, they're coming to you. And I was quite interested and quite pleased actually that for Heimer to turn around and say, from their point of view, actually we're going to try and look after our dealers a little bit. We're actually going to think about our dealers instead of thinking about ourselves, because again the manufacturers have been shut down, they've not been producing, so this year's amount of vans that they've put out is far less than what it should have been. Swift aren't producing any new now for this year anymore. Bailey exactly the same. I said last week, Coachman are. I think Heimer, Eldis, Buccaneer, Heimer Group sort of thing are in a similar position. So it's quite nice to see them turning around and saying, well, actually, we do need to look after our dealer network here. We did new years ago, and it would literally be you'd order a new van for a customer. You'd say to the customer, it's going to be week 30. That's when it's coming off the production line. That's when it's going to come through, when to expect it. Somebody cancel an order in week 20, 10 weeks early, and the new manufacturer would go, oh, we've got a van, you're having it, whether you like it or not. The customer's then turning around going, well, I've not planned to have it for another 10 weeks. I can't take it. As a dealer, what are you supposed to do then? You've either got to store it and look after it, make sure that it doesn't get damaged in that time. And that's always, for a lot of the manufacturers, that had been the point of view. It's we're looking after you. You're having what we tell you to have, and whether you can afford to have it, whether you can't afford to have it, whether you've got room, we're not bothered.
I think, to be honest with the manufacturers, they're getting a little bit twitchy. I think they've got to look after the dealers now. I think the tables have turned a little bit, and it was all too much for the manufacturers to throw these motorhomes or caravans out and go, any problems, the dealers will sort it out. They can claim on a warranty, and they've got to change the ways, mate. Yeah,
no, I think they're realising and they're starting to. And I was quite shocked to see the message that they had, and I was like, blimey, they're actually thinking about the dealer for once. That never used to happen. And it'll be interesting to see what happens next year, because obviously there's no NEC show. So, and there's a lot of the big boys sell an awful lot of stuff at the NEC shows. So where is that sale going to come from now? Where is that business going to come from? So it's going to be a tricky time, I think, for the next 12 months until things turn back to normal. That'll be interesting.
That's a good point, Shane. A lot of the big boys use these shows to sell the new stuff, mate.
I know. It's going to take some bloody marketing that they've never done before to get these vans out.
How do you think they're going to do it?
I don't know how they're going to sort of do it, to be fair. Obviously, there's a good opportunity to do their own dealer previews at site, but it's not going to work anything like what the NEC was.
The manufacturers need to step it up as well. They need to get a bit more content out to advertise it. I mean, they're saving, a couple of $100,000 a year on shows, maybe more, depending on how many they do. So they might have to just put their hands in their pockets in a different way, get the videos out there and so on.
But are they going to sell the amount of numbers from just doing that?
At the moment, they're selling, but we'll see. They might actually have a bit more profit in them if they don't have to spend 120 grand on a show and then compete against everybody.
Mark Hill, would it be a good idea to part X our 2017 Lunar Cosmos for a decent motorhome?
Yeah, you're still. It's terrible, awful idea that is. You're still, even because again, Lunas were going down in value. They were getting hammered quite hard, as Jason knows. But I think, if you're looking at Part X in any way, shape, or form, some of the nearly newer stuff, if you've got probably an 18 or 19, it's not going to be as desirable to the dealers. We're having other dealers still ringing us up with 18, 19 stock and saying, do you want to buy this? And we're sort of going, no.
Is that new or used?
Used.
Okay.
They're trying to sell the new, and they're taking big, heavy 18, 19 Part X's in. And they're not really wanting to take the Part X's against the new, because again, you're in the same. You've just sold something that you were struggling to sell, and you just took something that you're still struggling to sell. Whereas a bit older, 17, 16, 15 and back, it's in the right price category then.
How's this going to work, Mark? Because a lot of the main dealers have already committed to stock, haven't they?
Yeah, well, a lot of it's been cancelled because obviously the manufacturers can't fulfil the orders, basically. I know a local dealer, they'd got 11 brand new motorhomes on order. They'd only actually had 3 through, and they've just wiped the rest out and says we're not going to produce the rest of the motorhomes. So we just wiped that off for this year, and they've actually gone, wow, that was a real lucky break. So it's probably done some of the dealers a good turn, but obviously we just need to sell the newer stuff and the new stuff and get the Part X's in, and people just need to understand that now is actually a really good time. If you're thinking about swapping, go for it.
You're just going to get a good deal, mate, aren't you, all day long?
Yeah. But it also then, how many people do you get come along with a part exchange and you'll go, right, what have you got? I'm not sure. I think it's this, and it might be a Swift, it might be a company. So no, you've got to know what you've got for us to be able to give the best deal. We can't sort of value thin air and sort of pluck a number out of the sky for what we think that you might have. That's just not going to work, is it? So it's you've got to know what you've got and sort of go in equipped with either your V5, your Chris document, and know what you've got, and you're going to get as best a deal if you know what you've got.
Easy way to find the Caravan age.
So yeah, on the Chris number on the window of pretty much all your windows on the Caravan, you'll have a Chris number. 10th digit along, 10th digit along. That will be either a 6, 7, 8, 9, an A, B, C, D, and that will relate to what year it is. Pre-2010, the number so if it was a 6, it'd be 2006, the 10th digit along. From 2010, we moved on to A, B, C, D, E, and so on. And then it's 2010 is A, and B, 11, 12, C, and so on. So it's not difficult to know. And again, like I say, even if they bring the Chris document in or the V5, do you have all the full information on a V5 for the motorhome, or is it just more the chassis?
No, because that's the problem that we get quite a bit. Is somebody will say, "Well, I've got a Fiat Ducato motorhome."
Yeah.
Right, but who made the motorhome part of it? I don't know. It just says Fiat Ducato on the logbook. Well, if you're basing a 2010 Fiat Ducato, it's probably worth £6,000.
But yeah, the motorhome attached to it, or is We get it so much where it's sort of, oh well, I think it's this or I think it's that. And we can't give values on that, can we?
No.
What do we use to value caravans and motorhomes, Mark?
We use a book.
It's a book.
Should I bring that up again, or should I just call it something different? So let's call it Glasses Guide, not the book. I do normally call it a book, but it's Glasses Guide. So yeah, it's
The glasses loose guide.
Yeah, on motorhomes. It's not so, we've said this before, it's not so bad on the caravans, but motorhomes are shocking. But for the caravans, it gives us trade value and a retail value. There was an auction on beginning of this month, and again, the caravans were making retail, still making retail. So it's that tells you really on if you're looking at part exchanging.
How many units went through, Mark?
There was only 14.
14, that was it.
15, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was.
Was it all Black Horse stuff?
Yeah, everything was Black Horse. There was 6 motorhomes and 9 caravans. So that again sort of shows the shortage that is out there as well. Hence why dealers are giving.
That also means that's 15.
Yeah, it was 15. Yeah, 14 or 15. I was working it out in my head.
You got it wrong.
I missed that day of school.
I bet you know what 20% off 14 grand is, though, don't you?
Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, and coming back to the VAT part, you mentioned before. I'm going off subject here slightly. The campsites are gaining 15%, aren't they, on the VAT?
Yeah.
And we were looking at booking somewhere, and I was like, well, we should be saving 15% now on the prices from previous. And actually, I think I was wrong to think that and sort of assume that.
Yes, Mark.
Would you agree with that?
I think, well, if you're a campsite owner, you're all right with that sun, Jason?
I'm having a nightmare. You talk amongst yourselves while I sort it out. Every time I move, it keeps attacking me. It's coming through the skylight, and every time I've moved, it keeps. Oh, go on, carry on, lads.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I'm going by the way that campsites have been shut for 3-4 months, which is probably half their season. They've still had the maintenance fees and everything to pay. I just think they deserve it, really, just to get back on the feet.
I think they are possibly as well incurring more costs for one, but they're probably not filling the pitches up as full as what they could do as well.
And the other thing is, how much do those Perspex screens cost you?
Yeah. Well,
you've got to think of all this PPE stuff that they've got to put around the site, all the gels and stickers in different places, and all the packs that you get given.
Yeah,
it's cost a bloody fortune.
It all costs. Yeah, it all costs a lot. Yeah, but I'd sort of looked at it and gone, well, I should be getting 15% cheaper here. Why haven't they dropped the prices? And then when you think about it and you go, well, actually, let's sort of be a bit sensible here. And then I thought, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be thinking like that, because if it was my business, I'd be trying to claw back as much as possible. We're having a good time at the minute and being able to sell the stuff, and
I know.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? But I think from when you're spending the money, your automatic thing is, why aren't I saving that money?
Yeah.
The government have just announced that the 15% saving. Why aren't I getting that 15% saving? And I think when you're spending the money, it's easy to think that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the government turn around to us and say, well, we can have 15% off our VAT bill, and we can keep the money ourselves as well.
Gary Squire, hi guys. What's the worst part exchange you have taken, Mark?
The ones that you lose money on.
Yeah, see this was the good thing with the auction previously, and I can probably say this now because we can't put the stuff through the auction. But this was where the auction, this was where the auction used to really help us, because we could either get something wrong, which didn't really happen very often, but it was 9 times out of 10 you'd take something that you didn't want to sell yourself, and that's where the auction came in quite well, that you could sort of go, right, just send that down the auction and somebody down there will end up giving silly money for it, or at least get your money back for it.
The thing was, Mark, though, with the auction as well, all types of people went there because they all wanted different types of quality vehicles. Some wanted nails, basically, so they wanted to do them up.
Yeah. There was literally traders that went, we want to buy the damp stuff that nobody else wants. We've just took an old Avondale in, and he says, "Oh, it's got a little bit of." You need a very big violin.
It's a cello.
Yeah. We've just took a Part X in that we would have normally probably put through the auction, but because of the way things are, we're now looking at it, and we never used to do repairs, but we're now going, actually, we should probably, if we can get the time or get somebody in to do the repair for us, probably do the repair and then look at selling it either back onto a trader as a better caravan, and we wouldn't normally do that just because there's such a shortage of stock at the minute. We're sort of going, well, actually, let's spend a little bit more time on our old Part X's, make them look better, make them a bit better, and try and get a little bit more back for them that way. So
let's just finish up. There's a real good question there, mate, from Rolling with the Robsons. If it's something you don't want, do you offer really low offers? Is it always better to sell your own privately than Part X for a better deal? And this is going out to both of you, mate. Yeah,
used pre sort of this year, we would have done. We would have probably gone, oh, don't really want that. We'll not offer quite as much. Probably if it was a Luna, would have been going, we bit of a low offer on that. We don't particularly, at the minute, we're sort of going, as long as it's not 18, 19, we want to buy everything. As long as it's nice, tidy, and in decent condition, we want everything, and we're giving strong money for everything.
All right, then, matey. What do you want to talk about next week?
I think the continuation on with the Part X thing, because a lot of people don't know what they've got, or they don't go prepared. So if you are going to Part X your caravan or your motorhome, what you should be thinking about and what's the best way to actually present it when you come to a dealer, and a little bit on that side might just help people. And again, I think you're trying to get the best value at the end of the day. So if we can try and help you to get a little bit of value for it, for one, when we first look at it, we'll go, oh yeah, that's just what we want. So I think we'll go into that a little bit, possibly. If that sounds good.
Really, each week there's a little bit of tutorials to help people when they're buying the motorhome or caravan, or selling the motorhome or caravan, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. It's. I think people need to, if we can educate people as well, and sort of go, well, and a lot of people do know sort of the Part X for years, but there's a lot of people that have never Part X, they've never had a caravan, and they've just bought it, and they've gone away, they really like it, and they're thinking, right, come on, let's swap it, let's change it. So there's a lot of people out there that are sort of not going to know what to do really, and not know really what they've got. So yeah, hopefully it'll help people.
Okie dokie, matey. Right, we'll see you next week, mate.
Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
All right, mate. See you next week.
Happy camping. See you in a bit.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
See you.
Yeah, I do read the comments, Shane. I know you've only got 15 minutes of battery life left. That's why I'm dragging it out.
I'm going to do a Bob Earnshaw. Just disappear all of a sudden.
Shall we move on to the next segment, mate?
Okay.
And it's John, all about going away in your caravan and motorhome.
Hi.
Hi, John, you all right?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I feel a bit disjointed tonight. It's been a bit disjointed, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and reading the chat in the lobby, I'm just waiting for Shane to go boom and go, and then it will just be you and me.
Oh, okay,
I haven't got as much hair as Shane, but
so John, it's going to be a weekly event, and what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, so I wanted to go through our experiences on campsites, and tonight I just wanted to go through a few things about how I book campsites and how I research it. And now I am no expert, and a lot of the people who are probably watching this already know what I'm going to say. But what I'm thinking about is, like we've just been talking about, is that there are a lot of new caravanners, motorhomers, and people getting out that might watch this video at a later date and think, yeah, actually, that's a fair point. It's a good idea to come up with some of these different ways. Like I say, I'm telling a lot of you lot watching to suck eggs, so to speak. You already know what you're doing. You've been out doing it for many, many years. And like I say, I'm not confessing to be any expert on this, but this is how I do it. But before I go on to it, I just wanted to show Shane this. You know, you were talking earlier about the dogs in your car or your motorhome. Yep. This is what we have for Jack's. So this is a Jack's seatbelt. So it comes with different clips depending on which car it is, and just goes on his harness. So we plug him in. So you, like you say, they're like your kids. I wouldn't want my kids going through the windscreen. I certainly don't want the dog.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, yeah. So no, I really wanted to, like I say, we want to sort of try and make it possibly a weekly sort of John's Jaunts. And I thought, what better way to start the topic than getting started? How do we book a site?
Just a quickie, John. So what we're going to be doing is all about going away in your motorhome and caravan, mate, aren't we?
Yes.
Just so people know it's going to be a continuation.
Yeah. And I think it's that thing from we sort of mentioned it in last week's show about different sites and sort of my review if I've been there. Also taking on other people's comments of if they've been to a site, if there's an opportunity for us to get up there and see what it's like, then we'll do that ideally. Yeah. And in fact, not next week's show, not the weekend show after that, but the show after that, we, like Shane, are going to be on site, and we're going to try and do the show Sunday on site. So it'll probably go horribly wrong as always. But no, I think when you're getting started, I think we all do this. We choose on a map, or we have a rough idea where we want to go or what site we want to go to, and you then start going through that process of whose site is it? Is it a caravan and motorhome club site? So if it's a caravan and motorhome club site, they cater for members, for non-members. They've got thousands of UK sites in the UK, and I'm waiting for Shane to drop out. He's making some funny noises there. There we go. So yeah, as you can see here, this is we are part of the Caravan and Motorhome Club. And you can go on their website and book it. They also have an app. You don't have to be a member of the site of the Caravan and Motorhome Club to book it, but you do get discounts not only on pitch fees, but also on other products as well. Like I say, they also have an app for your phone, so it's nice and easy to book it that way. The other side of the Caravan and Motorhome Club is the Camping and Caravan Club. Now, these two are probably the two biggest booking agents, site owners in the UK. And the Camping and Caravan Club is very similar to the Caravan and Motorhome Club. Again, they cater for members, for non-members, thousands of sites, again, in the UK and over in abroad. They have their own app as well. And yeah, most people, I mean, some people, we personally go for Caravan Motorhome Club sites. Just what we started with. I have done some camping and caravan club sites as well, and they're very similar. It's very similar to what you're expecting and what you're getting. Another site that I have used is called PitchUp. Again, I assume a lot of you guys will know this, but PitchUp is a good one. So if you're looking for a non-caravan motorhome or camping and caravan club site, PitchUp's good because they have a lot of independent sites on here. And again, it's not only for your caravan, your motorhome, but also for tents. And in fact, where Shane is now, at Callow Top, we booked there on I think it was our last camping, proper tent camping trip to Callow Top through PitchUp. And yeah, again, they're various sites, thousands of sites on there. They have a deposit system. So unlike the Caravan and Motorhome Club, you don't actually pay up front when you book your pitch. You only pay on arrival. Whereas with PitchUp, it's a 15% fee up front and then the balance when you arrive. Now, some sites may require the balance prior to arrival, but there's no joining fees. You don't need to sign up to PitchUp. You just go on and see what's available in the area. So you've got your area sorted. Another way that you can look is just Google. As simple as that. Is what I tend to do is, there we go, is look at that perfect timing chain.
It's me that's doing it.
Oh, is it you doing it? Sorry, Gay. So another one that you can look at, we tend to do is caravan sites near me or caravan sites near Swansea, and it will bring up a load of caravan sites. What's that, Shane? What have you done? I can hear you chuckling away in the background there. So yeah, Google, thousands of sites, you book direct, etc. And the last one is recommendations. I mean, from your friends, from your relatives, from social media, from wherever you're going to go. Somebody may say, "Oh, have you been to this site?"
I've no idea.
So it's worthwhile looking and talking to other people, and again on social. But I think the important thing is do your research. Work out where you want to go, the areas you want to see, and book a site accordingly around that area.
Yeah, there's quite a few good sites there, mate, isn't there? Like you say, you've got the Caravan and Motorhome Club, which is a fantastic site, which covers a lot of places. And then you've got PitchUp here as well. Yeah. Another good site. And then again, it's just as simple, John, to just go caravan sites near me. Exactly. Or caravan sites near Plymouth or caravan sites near Exeter, and loads will come up. So there's basically there's a lot of tools out there for you to be able to make that first stage of, am I going to book a pitch? So I think from there, you just look at the reviews as well, isn't it? Exactly. I mean, it's the same. I mean, once you've decided your area and you've decided who you're going with, through the question set, it will then generally ask you, well, what type of pitch do you want? And I think we could almost go through a whole feature on different types of pitches, whether it's a service pitch, it's a super pitch, it's a standard pitch without awning, it's a multi-surface pitch, it's electric, it's non-electric, it's a tent pitch, it's a seasonal pitch. There we go. I mean, this is one from our holiday down to Hillhead last year. And yeah, this is a service pitch. So we've got grey water or grey waste outlet, and we've got water on site. So we don't have to use our big aqua roll. That's one of the Collapse Boys is Fresh Mini. And it's, yeah, you've got water on tap, so to speak. But again, they even do, like I say, from everything from your full-on super pitch, where it's all serviced. It's got your water, your grey. It's even got chemical disposals. There's however much you want to pay, all the way down to I'm just in a field, and you're off grid, and you're using your solar panel, you're using your battery, and yeah, and they're cheap.
they're really cheap. So if your motorhome or your caravan does have a solar panel, you can get out some fantastic pictures that have nothing on there, and small independent sites.
Stephen Hayward, we use PitchUp, search for sites, etc., and YouTube to view the sites, just to book a couple of nights in France.
Good work. Well, exactly. I mean, and from day one, and I still do it now. I still go onto YouTube, and if there's a site that I want to go to, or that we've booked, I'll then search and see if anybody's done a video on it, and that sort of then gets you in the mindset of, right, what to expect on site. And it's annoying sometimes, because there are many sites out there that are wicked, but haven't got a site, either arrival, which I'll talk about in a second, or a site tour. And I love looking at site tours just to give me an idea of how it all works. I don't know if the viewers find that same sort of thing as well, that they do normally go on and have a quick search for the recommendations on YouTube.
Bob Earnshaw, we normally do C and MC sites, but we'll be doing some tranquil parks in August.
Yeah, there's plenty out there, and I think that's the thing.
Dan, I recommend John doesn't come away with me again.
No, Dan's a bad influence.
Drone filming, John has never picked a site.
No.
Gixer, John is the pilot, Sarah is the navigator.
No, Sarah is not the navigator.
The Caravan Nut, fully serviced pitch as much as we can.
I like a fully serviced pitch, to be fair. But interestingly, and I think it's because of the climate that we're in, now this is a couple of months ago, before we booked our summer holiday, which is the end of this month, I was searching around for service pitches in many different sites in and around the location that we wanted to be. Not a bean. I think everybody else has had that same idea.
This is a good point, actually, by Dan. I use YouTube, but also Google Street Maps to get a feel for the location. That's a great shout for people who are not doing that.
Yep. Again, because with Google Street Maps, you can almost think, right, here's the roundabout I'm going to be coming off of if there's not a site arrival video, and you scroll along so you can get it right. There it is. That's how I'm going in. Sarah is the boss. Oh, there we go. Sarah is the boss again. I'm not saying anything.
Go on, mate. Carry on.
Right. Who's this? Oh, it's you. I think that's the thing. I think now you've again, it's sort of going back to a lot of the people in the comments. You've all done it. You know what you're doing. But again, for some of these new motorhomers and caravanners that are coming on board, they may not know that. They may not know about PitchUp. They may not think about it. So this is all good, handy information, I thought, for them. And another one is well, you've booked everything. Well, now I've got to get ready. So what do I need to take? So we do a list of food that we want to take. We plan out our meals. Most of it is alcohol, as you can see there.
See where your priorities are there.
Deli mix, cores and wine, and strobe light, laser lights.
What's the drill for?
I use that for my steadies. You were thinking something else, weren't you? Yeah, cheeky bugger. But I think that's the thing. Is we do it every single time. No, not that, Shane. I've got a list in my head. Sarah will make a meal plan. To be fair, she's already done the meal plan for our trip away at the end of this month. So we're pretty much certain what meals we're having. And what food we need to take away with us, especially at the time at the moment, because we don't want to be going and doing big shops. Normally, we'd take one meal for the night that we arrive, and then the following day, I'll go off and find a Tesco's or an Asda or a supermarket and do the shop. Whereas this time, we're taking a lot more food with us to carry us through. But yeah, it's... Where is the rest of it? It was in your car, Dan. So that sort of you've planned where you're going, but how do you get there? And sat navs, as Dan mentioned, Google Maps is good, but one caution on using non-motorhome or caravan specific sat navs is that they can often send you down roads that are not suitable for your vehicle. Luckily, that's never happened to us, but I do know people that that have had that problem, and they've ended up on a single track, one way, and have had to try and reverse it back down. So have a think about how you get in there, plan your route, check if there's any restrictions on the road or width or heights. Make sure you've got your breakdown cover. Now, this is what I use in my car when we're towing. And I've got the car height, width and length, but in red and bold, I've got the caravan height, caravan width and caravan length. Because how many times have you driven up to a bridge and it's the signs are there and your sat nav sending you there, but you think, oh God, how tall am I? How high is my unit? And you see the sign, and some of them are in metric, some of them are imperial, some are in both. And I'm concentrating on being safe with the 1.5 tons that's behind me, not thinking, am I 2.5 meters high? So that's an easy little tip to put in your sun visor, just as a reminder. If you just have a brain fart and you're not quite sure how tall my unit is, and again, look at approach roads. Get on YouTube, type in the site that you're going for, and put in approach video. There are loads out there. There's been so many done by YouTubers over the years that most of the time you should find one. But like I say, as Dan said, if there's not one on there, get on to Google Maps and do Street View to have a look. So yeah, once you're there, get yourself set up and relax, and that's what it's all about. Is that Shane going? There we go. And that's it. So this is one of our trips down to South Coast. Set up. This again pre-lockdown. Had our friends around and a few tinnies, barbecue. Happy days. Yeah, ducks. Like
That's so I think story.
Exactly. So I think what I wanted to do over the coming weeks is on a lighter note, just sort of go through a few of the sites that we've been through, take some ideas from where the listeners and the watchers have been, and that's not just in UK sites, but that's also abroad. We went to France 2 years ago, so we towed the caravan all the way to Paris and had a week at Disneyland, and first time ever. I'd been towing for a year, and it was just like, right, let's go to Disney, let's do it. Yeah, it was good fun, but it's quite nerve-wracking, and there are a few other little bits and bobs that you need to do.
I think with the caravan, John, it can be quite intimidating first time.
Yeah. At least with a motorhome, it's very much like a car. It's just bigger. If you've driven a van or you've driven something like a 3.5 ton with a tail lift or anything like that, if you've done a house move or something like that, you've got a bit more width and height about you and a bit more length. But with a caravan, not only have you got the length of your car, you've then got 7.5+ meters on the back of it, and it's pivoting, but it's you do get used to it. And again, for you new motorhomers or you new caravanners out there, is just take it steady.
Sky Blue, how did you cope with reversing the caravan for the first time?
Do you want the real answer?
Yeah.
You'll have to beat me out. Stressful, proper stressful. In fact, to the point up to even before we bought our caravan, we couldn't afford to have motor movers fitted, and I was proper panicking about having to reverse the caravan. And I'm not lying. This is one of the ways me and Dan met. I've been watching loads of Dan Trudgeon's videos, and I messaged him and said, have you done a video on reversing? Could you do a video on reversing? And he messaged back, bless him, and he said, look, just go up to a big car park, B&Q or something like that, and just practice. There are videos on YouTube, but even now, I'm shocking. Honestly, again, this Friday just gone, the caravan had been out to the dealers, and I brought it back, and I was practicing getting it back into the storage yard. And I was shocking. I messed it up completely, and I've been doing it for 3 years.
We buy the motor caravan. Great show, guys. Biggie's fan. Thanks. Shane looks much better now. Pubs must be opened.
Yeah.
Shane's gone down the pub.
Yeah, so this is now the Jason and John show, and welcome back, and hi everyone.
Oh, you'll upset him. Bob, speed limits can get confusing with a motorhome, especially if you cross borders. Is that it?
Well, to be fair, I don't know the speed limits on a motorhome. You're probably better off answering that. I know on a caravan, it's 50, well, 30, 50, 60.
Rolling with the Robsons. Other things is to consider the entrance to the site, as some sites get there looks great, but then the CLs have small gates to get in.
Yep, very true. And again, it's that if there isn't, especially if it's a CL, there probably isn't an approach video. Is get onto Google Street View and have a look. Talk to the site owners. Have a chat with them. Oh, he's still listening. Then he's just lost his video feed. What was that one? What about driving a motorhome for the first time? I didn't see that.
What about driving a motorhome for the first time? Husband does all the driving. I drive a Mini, so I'm wary about having a go. You've just got to have a go. You tend to use your side mirrors more than your main mirror. Just take your time and just have a go.
Yeah, it is. And if you want somewhere to practice, then as I suggested, go off and go into on a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening when some of the big shops are closed that have got big car parks, and just have a little practice in there. Slow and steady wins the day all the time.
So what's your roundup really of first timing then, John? I
think it's do your research. Check out, like I say, there's so much material out on the web for you to overload with information. But talk to other caravanners, other motorhomers. If you're not on social media, there's such a lovely community, and I've said this in previous episodes on Twitter. The majority of our life is spent on Twitter, but we've got this great community on there. And if you've got a question, somebody will know the answer. And again, searching on YouTube, there's so many videos, regardless of whether it's to do with caravanning and motorhoming. We all need to, if we need to learn to do something, I go on YouTube.
I think for your first time, really, John, is probably not go as far and then so slowly start to branch out.
Yep. Well, I mean, even our first trip when we bought our caravan, we went 20
next door neighbour.
It wasn't far. It was literally out of the dealership, onto the motorway, off the motorway there. And it was it was a tiny little CL. Bless them, our friends who have been caravanning for a while, they came along. And again, with the handovers, Mark probably knows a bit more about this as well, but with that, you've got a lot to take in when you're first buying your first motorhome or caravan. There's what buttons this do, and the dealer and the guy who's handing it over is going, right, you do this, you do that, you do that, you do this, and you're like, that went in one ear and out the other. And the best way is to, like I say, is to watch some videos, take somebody with you that's already done it, and if you haven't got anybody like that, when you get on site, there are a good handful of people around you that will be always willing to help. Always.
I think, John, if you're lucky enough and got a drive, just have a practice on the drive.
Yeah. Sleep out on the drive.
Just have a practice setting the van up and just setting everything up.
Even when it came to an awning, before with my first awning, I put it up at the storage yard. I asked the owners, is it all right if I pull my caravan out? And I've never put an awning up, never done it. I've done tents, but I've never done an awning. And they said, bless them, pull it out and just put it in the corner and practice to your heart's content. So if you haven't got space at home, but you're at a storage yard, talk to them. It's good to talk, is what they say. So,
Extreme Suds, what do you do for water on the go?
That's probably over to you, Jason, because caravanning,
motorhomes have got a fresh water tank.
Yeah, but you must limit the amount you put in, because you don't want to be having a huge amount of weight in there.
Yeah, you keep it just over reserved.
Yeah,
and then you can fill it when you get to the campsite. Drone filming. John, tell us about your moist caravan.
I'll save that for another episode, Damien.
Right, we're about done, aren't we, John? There
That
was
was good.
4.
Hopefully it was
Then it
useful.
went to 3. Now it's down to 2.
Yeah. Well, Jason, as I've said, we've got this great idea for a show. Who needs the others?
Oh, if only people knew what we got in store. Thanks very much for tonight. Thanks for hopefully listening to Mark, which will bring you a lot more insight on how to sell your caravan, how to sell your motorhome, how to get the best deals for them. And then obviously with John's Jaunts now, well, each week we're going to progress a little bit further about going on your motorhome trips and your caravan trips. So that's us done for tonight, John.
Yep. Happy days. Good episode.
We'll see everybody next week.
Take care, guys. See you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye.